Hi everyone, this is Dr. Nitin Choda with Ignition Time and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for being a viewer and subscriber. If you're not a subscriber yet, please consider subscribing and enabling notifications and become a part of our community. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about the life-threatening costs of a delayed transition. In fact, on your screen, you'll see an article that was written by a Democrat and a Republican, both former White House chiefs of staff. Yep, both former White House chiefs of staff. And this article was written by Andy Card and John Podesta. I'll read you a segment of this article and I will provide you with a link to this article in the description section below. So definitely check out the entire article. It's an extremely important article and I'll show you a brief video clip of Andy Card speaking on Fox today so you can hear his thoughts for yourself. Here's what the article stated. The two of us have had the privilege of serving as chief of staff for a US president. One of us served in President Bill Clinton's White House, and that's John Podesta, while the other served under President George W. Bush, and that's Andy Card. We happen to find ourselves on opposing ends of the historic Bush v. Gore dispute in Florida in 2000, one of only 4 times in US history when the outcome of a presidential election was too close to call. So both of them wrote this article together, and again, I will provide you with the link to the article in the description section below. But I think the thing that really jumps out at me is this part. At the present time, Biden leads by a convincing margin in 6 states. In Pennsylvania alone, Trump is behind by more than 46,000 votes. So at the present time, the president is trailing Joe Biden in 4 states, 4 important states: Pennsylvania, Georgia, Nevada, and Arizona. For President Trump to win the Electoral College outright, the outcome would have to be reversed in 3 of those 4 states, including Pennsylvania, which has 20 Electoral College votes, and the all-important Georgia, which is going to be where the Senate runoff races are going to be held on the 5th of January. And according to this article, currently, Biden leads by a convincing margin in each of these states. In Pennsylvania alone, the president is behind by more than 46,000 votes, well more than 80 times the margin in Florida in 2000. So in Bush v. Gore 2000, it came down to a handful of votes in Florida. Here, we're talking about multiple states and in some cases, tens of thousands of votes. So that's what's happening here. And so the article continues, that is why former President Bush, in his statement on Sunday, congratulated Trump for receiving the second largest number of votes in US history, but also stated that the outcome of the election was clear. According to the non-partisan organization Fair Vote, only 3 out of 31 statewide recounts during the past 20 years have reversed the initial outcome of an election. On average, a recount has shifted the margin between 2 candidates by just 430 votes. And that shift is just as likely to benefit the candidate who is already ahead. So it's possible that this recount might end up awarding more votes to Biden. That's what the article is saying. Just 5 recounts in the past 20 years have shifted the margin by more than 1,000 votes. The largest change was 2,567 votes. Keep in mind, the largest change was 2,567 votes. So mathematically, if you just look at the numbers, it doesn't look like there will be, a change in the election outcome. And I'm just presenting math here, guys. I did a poll on our channel where, we asked our viewers and subscribers about what you felt about the outcome of the election. And it's very clear that our country is very divided, and it's okay. It's okay if you feel a certain way, but I can tell you that foreign actors and foreign countries, look at this. Our enemies, our adversaries look at this and say, wow, that's great. Let's further divide Americans. I just want our viewers and subscribers to be aware of that. Also, in the article, the two wrote, while the president is fully within his rights to pursue legal action or demand recounts for the good of our country, and with the rest of the world watching, America needs to come together and start a smooth and peaceful transition of power. By the way, a smooth and peaceful transition of power is not something that, that is currently being supported by the administration. I'll show you an incredible statement that was made by the Secretary of State, Mike Pompeo, who said there'll be a transition of power to a second Trump administration. Let's watch what he said.
There will be a smooth transition to a second Trump administration.
Think about it. It's just incredible that Mike Pompeo would even say something like that while we're in the middle of this highly divisive climate. I mean, he could have not said anything, but to say that is extremely adversarial. It's only going to make people more agitated, which is very unbecoming of a United States Secretary of State. Also in the article, Andy and John ended by saying, we fought bitterly over the recount in 2000. This election is not like 2000. And given the realities of the pandemic, delaying the launch of the transition could have real costs. The transition process should begin now. In fact, let's hear from Andy. You'll see a segment of an interview he just did today on Fox. I want you to watch what Andy says and judge for yourself. Let's roll the tape and check out Andy Card, the Chief of Staff, the White House Chief of Staff to President George W. Bush from 2001 through 2006. This is a guy who knows what he's talking about. Let's roll the tape.
So are you saying that go ahead with the count, but just don't go on and on with the count? Or given the fact that the time parameters and the certification, it's going to take a few weeks more by that definition?
Well, I'm saying that the process of transitioning and preparing Joe Biden to be president, even if he may not be president, is critically important at this time because of the uncertainty in the world. And yes, the world is a very dangerous place today, and the reality of the pandemic. So we feel strongly that there should be a preparation given to the Biden team. Should he be the winner, not if he's going to be the winner, but should he be the winner, make sure he's prepared on day one. And that's something that the transition process should allow to have happen, even if the recounting process and the legal process is going to be mucked up and go on for a little while. There still should be a transition that transfers the information necessary to meet responsibilities on day one. That's the sign of a great democracy. Look at it. We just celebrated a phenomenal election where record numbers of people showed up to vote. A record number of people voted for the so-called winner right now, the apparent winner. A record number of people voted for the one who didn't win. And we're going to find out if those votes are going to be added to or not, and maybe change. But it was a record. We should be celebrating that unbelievable exercise of democracy, polish our democracy. The whole world is watching us, and demonstrate that yes, we understand how critical this is, but we're going to make sure the next president is fully prepared on day one. And maybe it's going to be Joe Biden. Maybe it'll be Donald Trump for a second term. We don't know yet, but let's make sure everybody is prepared. Go forward with a transition plan, especially so that we can meet the needs of a challenging world and the realities of COVID-19.
In the process, with just seconds here, Andy, the president said that this process reeks of being fraudulent and rigged. His finance people, his campaign people have said essentially the same. If they have to eventually go by the numbers that they see and the totals that they see that aren't reversed, are you telling them that there's no fraudulence, there's nothing being rigged, you have to deal and accept it?
I'm saying I don't know. I don't know if what recounts will show. I don't know what violations may have occurred. I don't know if any of the recounts...
You seem to imply here that it would take a Herculean leap for these numbers to change. And the things that the president would have to get would have to reverse numbers that have already been accepted in at least 3, maybe 4 battleground states.
Yeah, I happen to believe that it is a very distant chance that Donald Trump can win this battle, but he has every right to exercise his legal opportunities to challenge and recount and go to court. But let's make sure the next president is ready to meet the obligations, whether it's Donald Trump getting a second term or Joe Biden getting a 4th term.
That's it, everybody. Let me know what you thought of Andy's comments below. You'll find a link to the article, to the opinion piece by Andy and John Podesta. Again, both of whom are White House Chiefs of Staff, in the description section below. Please comment below and let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Dr. Nitin Chhoda with Ignition Time. If you don't know anything about me, please check out my video. You'll learn more about who I am, what my journey has been like, and why you should listen to me. Keep in mind that we release videos at 2 p.m. East Coast time most days of the week. That's 2 p.m. You can get your cell phone out, send a text message with the word ignition or with the word time to 70,000. That's 70000, and you'll get added to SMS alerts list. You can also get added to our email list. Simply go to ignitiontime.com/alerts. That's ignitiontime.com/alerts, and you'll get added to our email list. You can opt out of the SMS list or the email list at any point in time that you want. You can follow us on Instagram. Our Instagram handle is ignition_time. That's ignition_time. So please follow us on Instagram. Also follow us on Twitter. You'll get breaking news and alerts from us on Twitter. Our Twitter handle is also ignition_time. Now keep in mind, YouTube does not always send out notifications on time. So all you have to do, it's quite simple. All you have to do is bookmark youtube.com/ignition time. That's youtube.com/ignition time. And then you can visit the homepage of our channel and watch the videos at any point in time that you want. If you learn something new from this video, please ignite the like button. Please ignite the subscribe button and ignite the notification button. I would really appreciate that. That helps out the YouTube algorithm. Please share this video with friends and family. And most importantly, comment below and participate in our growing community. I'm looking forward to interacting with you, and I look forward to seeing you in the next episode of Ignition Time. Take care. Bye.